We've talked about how frameworks help you think strategically, structure your ideas, and connect design with business. But there's something deeper that frameworks bring, something that changes how you show up every day. It's confidence, not the kind that comes from titles or years of experience, but the kind that comes from clarity, from knowing how to think. Frameworks give you that. They help you see things clearly, ask better questions, communicate with logic, and make decisions with purpose. Let's explore what that really means. When you work with frameworks, you stop reacting to problems and start asking sharper questions. You begin to ask, what's really happening here? What are we solving for? What's influencing this outcome? That's how clarity begins. Sharp questions lead to better insights, and suddenly you're not chasing symptoms, you're addressing the root cause. That's a shift from being a problem solver to being a problem framer. Once you start asking better questions, something powerful happens. You begin to see patterns. Frameworks help you identify what connects user needs, business goals, and team behavior. You notice trends others overlook, the small signals hidden inside complex data or conversations, and that awareness changes how you work. Because once you start seeing those invisible patterns, your decisions become more intentional and your thinking more strategic. The next gift frameworks bring is clarity and communication. They help you organize your thoughts so your ideas flow with logic and purpose. You don't just explain, you guide people through your reasoning, you make complex ideas simple, and that simplicity builds trust. People don't just hear what you're saying, they start following how you think. And that's when your presence begins to have impact, not because you're louder, but because you're clearer. When you think clearly and communicate simply, you naturally begin to lead. You walk into conversations with structure, not scripts. You listen deeply, connect ideas, and bring direction when things feel uncertain. That's leadership. It's not about hierarchy or authority, it's about guiding people through clarity. Frameworks give you the confidence to do that calmly, logically, and with purpose. And finally, frameworks give your ideas credibility because when your thinking is backed by structure, your ideas don't sound like opinions, they sound like insight. You don't need to convince people with passion, your reasoning earns their trust. That's how credibility is built, not through volume but through logic. And that's what separates people who share ideas from those who shape decisions. So that's what frameworks really bring, Jaidik, a deep sense of clarity that transforms how you think, communicate, and lead. True confidence comes from clarity, not assumptions, and when you understand how decisions are made, you stop reacting and start leading with purpose. This is the kind of confidence that grows quietly through understanding, not ego. And in the next video, we'll explore how to apply this mindset in real situations so you can start using these frameworks not just as tools but as a way of thinking.